Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. Command. Welcome to Project 2100, a project from me. Also, you can also participate in it by writing down in the comments what you think. A project that I've never really seen before on YouTube or even on Reddit in the Cities Skylines subreddit or in Cities Skylines video. A true city of the future. Not just a city that looks like it is in the future, because there are many of those, but a city planned, designed and constructed in the future. What this means is urban planners get together and they all work out a big plan to build a city which covers most of the issues that that the current city has. I'm looking at, for example, New York with its public transport problems in the undergrounds, or also Paris with all its people and its cultural center, and in regards to their outskirts of the city, which is lifeless. I want to give the whole city life by spreading out the culture and also things that you can do. For example, what I'm building in today's episode is the first part of the financial district, or not only the financial district, but also the district where all the offices are. Because in the future, work is very important still, even with all the automation. But there will be new forms of working. Because, for example, after the industrialization of farming, most farmers did not have any work anymore. But eventually they found other jobs to participate in. And I know a quote. I don't know from who it is. I should have looked it up. But I think it is from a book. I think the book is called A Small History of Mankind, or a small. Yeah, I don't know exactly how it's called in English. But I put down the title in the description, so if you can check it out if you want to. It is essentially a small history of mankind, which is in 400 or 500 pages, and here the guy who's written it also talks about automation there, and in his opinion, for every job that gets destroyed by automation, there gets a new job invented because of automation. For example, robot production, design, or also maintenance will be very dominant in the future. And yes, this still leaves many people without a job or something. Which means they can focus on what they want. They can actually do what they want. They can enjoy life for once, which is, in my opinion, a good thing. A good side of automation, but just if you get money for it, there needs to be some sort of compensation system or something. I'm not really an expert in finance, so you have to imagine that this is a thing in the city, but it is certainly or certainly not only probably, but certainly something we have to look into in the future as humanity. And but I think I have to refocus on what I do here. I also want to look at problems the cities have. For example, commute systems. Like, for example, apparently the New York subway system is doomed. From what I understand, what this is about is basically the whole subway system will run for another years, so 20, 30 years. I don't exactly know the time, but apparently after those 20, 30 years, it will break, and everything needs to be fixed for billions of dollars. So I want to avoid such a thing in my city. I want to have a clever planning of infrastructure, also road infrastructure. I want to limit the amount of cars that are driving through the city. I know in the future there are driverless cars. They're not only the future, they're just being tested out at this very moment. But the problem is I can't do driverless cars in Cities Skylines at the moment. It would be very nice to have a mod which could simulate driverless cars. Yeah, you have to know driverless cars are not just only cars that drive you somewhere. They are intelligent, you know. That's what they are. They have computers in it. They can communicate with other cars, and they can improve traffic, because I would say 99.5% of all accidents, for example, are caused by humans. And certainly 102% of all traffic jams are caused by humans, because they are human reaction time is a thing, but you know how the reaction times of computers is. It is within milliseconds, and they can communicate with each other, so they can massively improve the road usage. But since we can't do this, I have to rely on public transport and the not so very intelligent simulator of driving, which is in this game, which is quite sad, because driving or cars are a fundamental part of cities. So I want to make public transport more of a thing, because driverless cars, they are expensive, you know, and if you have a great infrastructure, why should you buy a car, even especially if you are in the city, and you're probably better off with public transport. That's why I'm doing here. I'm using the metro overhaul mod, which is exciting. It has been out for a while, but I really love how it looks. I absolutely adore this mod, and I have to give credit. I have to give props to all modders and content creators which have worked on this mod. I really appreciate this mod. But enough about this mod. Another thing I want to do is I want to make my city dense. That's urban sprawl is the key word here. I don't like urban sprawl, and I don't think anyone likes it. It's basically, if you don't know what urban sprawl is, it is the expansion of cities in every direction. It is especially a problem in the US, but also in Europe, not in European. I know English language. In Europe, this is also a problem. It was basically invented by America, urban sprawl, because of the American dream, you know. Everyone would love to have his own house. I understand that. I live in a house, and it is just so awesome. But unfortunately, because everyone wants his own house, and every house takes up 200, 300 square meters of land, or maybe less, but at least 100 square meters of land, you can easily guess how big a city has to be to sustain 3 million people living in those houses. It's basic math. If in every household there are 4 people and there are 3 million, I don't want to make math on camera, but it is about 750,000 houses that have to be built, each one with a footprint of 100 square meters, which means that you have to build a neighborhood of the size of, I don't know what, but it is many square kilometers of land that you have to build just to give a population of 3 million people a home on the roof. Not and a home and a roof over their head was what I want to say. That's not responsible for nature, because nature has to obviously go away from that, or it has to go if urban sprawl is a thing. So I want to make density with high-rise buildings with apartments, but not just faceless high-rise buildings like, for example, Hong Kong might suggest. Sometimes if you look at the buildings in Hong Kong, they are just deserts of concrete in height. I want to make also they are deserts in concrete of height, but they are concrete deserts in height. So that's what I wanted to say. And also because they are so high, nobody dares to go to the balcony, so the balconies are not used. I want to make apartments with about 5 stories maximum, which is the highest I would go to enjoy an evening on the balcony, because I know what the people are coming from when they don't want to go to balconies in those concrete deserts on the 20th floor. So I want to avoid that by changing up the height of buildings, and also establishing some rules in the next couple of episodes. I will establish some rules to urban planning in this city especially, which I want to include many things that I've noticed while being in big cities, and also things that research has found out. Yeah, but the one other thing that I want to do is I want to have different centers for different things. For example, here, as mentioned, the how is it called, financial district, but I have a cultural district. I don't know if I actually mentioned that, or if this was in another take, because I've already made a take, but I did not look at the time, and I ran out of video time to finish my sentences, so I had to record it again. But there will be a financial district, a commercial district, a university district, a sports district, and a leisure district. The 5 districts. Normally they are, most of them are condensed into one place. I want to space them apart. I mean, it's not that difficult to go with the subway from one district to another. I already said that public transport is a big thing in this city. But I want to make different districts to give every part of town its own unique features, its own look, and its own purpose. Not only make a residential district. I want to avoid a purely residential district. I will certainly make blocks purely residential because of noise made by stores and leisure things, and restaurants and everything, because I know why the people don't want to live near noisy places, especially if the city is noisy. So I want to make blocks of residential zones, but I don't want to make purely residential districts. I think that's a big problem also with cities, because residential districts, they are not alive during the day. Not if it's especially for children, because during the day everyone is at work or outside town. They want to flee the town, which is obviously a good decision to make, because of towns, they are quite busy, and so I want to avoid purely residential districts. They're not interesting. But I want to make, since every house is near a center, be it a commercial center or sports center or something else, which gives it a higher land value. I want to make social housing a thing, which is also intertwined with the ground structure of the city, so they are not just social complexes of many square kilometers, maybe not square kilometers, but many square meters of land, because they also get to be deserts in some sense. I want to mix everything up. Yes, but this is it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed this first episode of Project 2100. Give it a like to deliver it back to the subscribers that are inactive on my channel. I hope you like this video, and maybe if you're new you can consider subscribing. But anyway, some screenshots at the end. I hope you've liked this video. So see you next time, and goodbye.